7:45, we're back. A look at the brand new promo for the Terry Fox run. Bill Vigars, longtime friend, joining us. And what you didn't see right there is when it says millions of people followed, and it really emphasized, Bill, welcome back, by the way, this was done without social media, a completely different era, and you handled PR for the Marathon of Hope. When did you realize this idea had truly become a movement?
I realized that, first off, that Terry, I went down to New Brunswick. I had spoken to him on the phone several times before that, but when I met him the first morning, saw him run, sat and talked with him, first I realized he was going to do it. There was no question in my mind that this kid was going to run across Canada. So I became, which was a crazy idea, but I became a believer immediately. Then when I saw him talk, and then when I saw how he affected people as he ran down those lonely highways in New Brunswick, and they're a small group of people at the end of the road, and they're mesmerized, and in the next road, there another small group of people, I immediately thought, when he gets to a population, a larger population, this is going to take off.
And obviously it did. We're celebrating the legacy 38 years later with Terry Fox. So many mementos you must have had being on the PR team and leading the direction of this initiative. But this statue right here, tell us about the significance of this.
This is the replica of the statue that's in Thunder Bay. And in my opinion, it's the best one that was ever done. And there were 6 artist copies given, went to mom and dad and the family, most of them. I got one, which has been my treasure. And over the years, I gave a lot of my mementos away. Particularly, I would run into somebody who had cancer, and I would just go home and I'd get him the shirt that I wore in the run. And I had a few of them. I gave them all away. I had a couple shoes. I gave them all away. And right after the run, I had given the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame a number of items. I knew it was a shirt and shoes from the run and a couple of other things. Well, about 3 or 4 years ago, I went, you know, I have nothing. You know, and I called up the Sports Hall of Fame and said, you know, I gave you the shirt and shoes and I have nothing. And, you know, I lost a statue that I had. And I wondered if I get something back, and the head of the hall said, "The statue's here. You gave it to us." And I went, "Really?" And I went, "Could I have it back?"
Well, what a memento this is. And as we look at some of these other photos of the legacy Terry Fox has left us, it's amazing to see how this run, this annual run, and by the way, is that you on the right side of this photo right here, if you take a look at that monitor?
Yeah, that's at French River Trading Post.
Nice glasses. Those are throwbacks right there. I see Terry Fox in the back.
And the short shorts.
Oh, yes. How did we miss those?
And in the front is my son, Patrick, who was 8. Next is Doug, Terry's friend. Marlene, who was a friend who joined us on the road for a couple of days. Terry, and then in the back is my daughter, Carrie Ann.
So it really became a family event, and I think we have one more photo to share right here. Where were you two here?
This is again up south of Sudbury. Every time I see this photo, I always joke this is when we decided to hitchhike home. But that's a normal thing. He would have just finished his break. We're probably about having a very quick conversation, and we're waiting for traffic to clear for him to start running again. It was same thing every day, but every day was completely different. As Terry said at one point, he said, I felt like Alice in Wonderland. And the challenges, it was very difficult. Everybody knows how hard it was, and the strain that was on Terry. But he was a very nice guy. He was very funny. When he was running, it was completely focused. There was a routine. You do not upset the routine, or there would be hell to pay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is that one shot of us sitting having dinner, that was replicated every single day.
Well, every single year now, we've had the chance to replicate this beautiful run to celebrate the legacy of Terry Fox, and it is happening once again, the 38th annual run. You'll be at the Coquitlam run. Greg Harper's going to be emceeing that as well. It's great to see the younger generation, a new generation, being introduced to Terry Fox if they didn't know. As we wrap up, if there's maybe one statement that you want to carry on with the legacy of Terry Fox, what would that be?
I think the research that has resulted, the inspiration he's given kids. I think that's one of his greatest legacies. We talk about the statues. He was very uncomfortable about that.
Yeah.
He thought at one point, and do I have enough time to tell a quick story about Thunder Bay, or we have to run?
You know what? We're gonna end on this right here, because this is Thunder Bay. This is the actual statue that exists right here. But I think you have been such a proud ambassador carrying on this message. We're gonna tease him and say more stories with Bill Vigars coming up this Sunday in Coquitlam. You can catch him live. I love the shirt, by the way, Bill.
Thank you. My physique makes the smile even bigger.
Just more to love, Bill. There's more to love.
Which is, this is how I remember him. I remember him smiling.
Yeah.
And
that's a great note to go on.
I remember him smiling.
We'll be smiling on Sunday for you.
It's going to rain. Get out there. It doesn't matter. And by the way, the run in Coquitlam has changed to Monday Park.
Monday Park.
New location.
Give Bill a hug when you see him. More BT coming your way.